Hello and welcome back to our channel. If you are new here, I'm Queen Fauzia and I'm here with my husband Abu. And we want to talk about how our first parenthood was like through the first pregnancy, how our experiences were, what I went through and how it felt actually about the pregnancy. You know, normally in this situation, like we talked in our last video, you know, this parenthood caught us unaware because that time Abu was still a student, I was also a student, and we were financially both very lame. And we actually had nothing. We were just there. We were still trying to find our ways out to start something. So it was just boyfriend, girlfriend, who didn't even know what was next. So that is why we say this coming of pregnancy really shocked us, and it caught us really unaware. And apart from that, I was also shaking in this relationship because I didn't know whether it was going to work or not. And that is why it was really a bit of mixed up feeling. I was feeling on the other part, yeah, I'm happy. But on the other part, I was feeling like, how will I do this? How will I do that? Yeah. And maybe Abu can also tell how he felt about waiting to be a father for the very first time.
So, okay, actually, it was not easy. Be a father for the first time without experience, without any notes. Just all of a sudden, I'm pregnant and I'm expecting a child and stuff. So it was not easy for me. But anyway, we just have to manage. We just have to take what comes in front of us and just continue. Life still goes on. That was what I told myself. But easier was not easy. Yeah, and Jesse also found that it was we were really strong. And at that moment, we were not living together also. So you can even imagine how difficult what that was. We were living apart, but not too far. You know, so it was really not too easier for me.
Yeah. So this time, I know there are some challenges that Abu went through when I was pregnant or during my pregnancy. So none of us knew about this, that I was pregnant. Even me, the carrier, the carrier. I was not really aware that the baby was growing in my womb. So after making back again, I know Abu actually went through a lot of challenges with me, with only my pregnancy. Maybe it would be nice hearing from him what were the challenges, what he was really thinking, and how he felt about everything.
And the challenges were too much because this is somebody who wants something, and then in the next minute I don't want anything. This is somebody who wants to do something, in the next minute I don't want to do anything. So it was really difficult for me. It was like it was not too clear, and she was still going to school at that moment. So imagine you take the stress from the school and bring it to, and I'm also from school, so it was a whole package together. So actually, I managed it, and then I told myself that I have to manage this. I have to try with her so that we can fight all these challenges together. So we did it. I was accepting her troubles and accepting the faults. That was really what kept me going, because at that moment I couldn't tell her, you are at fault, you did a mistake and we have to correct it. So you can also tell me something that changed in you during the pregnancy and what you realized you were doing wrong at that moment.
Yeah. During my pregnancy, I did a lot of things really wrong, and I was, you know, that moment I couldn't really tell whether I was doing wrong. I couldn't really see I was doing wrong, but he was seeing a lot that I was doing wrong. I was having my school that time. I was still going to school, so you can't just imagine you going to school very early in the morning. You wake up, prepare yourself, run to school. You are rushing after bus, you are rushing after train and all these things. You sit in the class for 8 good hours And you know, it reached a point where I couldn't feel my legs anymore. My legs were swelling all the time because I was just sitting in the class with the pregnancy. And you know, I was the only one who was pregnant in the whole school. And you can't imagine how I was going through stress, because every breaks time, I wanted just to hide somewhere. Whenever I was out for breaks with other people or with other students outside, they were like, oh, look at her, look at her. I felt so strange. And you know, this feeling made me to even wanted to keep away.
You bring all the stress home.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know, I would say that I just pretended to be strong that time, because it was not only that, you know, and also even apart from that, somehow everything that I loved went out the way, because I never wanted to even smell anything that I used to love so much. So everything was just turning upside down. Even the man I loved so much was beginning to be my trouble. So so this pregnancy made me to start feeling strange about my husband. Like, I didn't want to see him, I want to see him. I don't want to see him, I want to see him. So it was really stressful through this pregnancy, you know. And being that it was my first experience, I felt like maybe something was not all right, even though everything was all right that moment, yeah. And maybe to talk of any regrets, I don't know whether Abu can talk of some regrets. Do you have any regrets?
Yeah.
Did you have any regrets? Did you have any regrets?
Yeah, I did.
Really?
Yeah, I had a lot of regrets. I had a lot of regrets because you can imagine this is a point that I told her, you know something, I think this is not going to work. Because you just stay at your place and keep the pregnancy and stay at that place, because it's not going to work. If you can call me 2 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock, please, can you come and cook for me? Can you do this for me? I'm feeling pain and stuff. It was a lot of stress. So I told her it's not going to work anymore. So she was like, how? So there was a little bit changes. She was doing the cooking herself, she was cleaning herself sometimes. And she was, but also in all this, she was really strong, because she managed the pregnancy till 8 months in school, and that was really not allowed, but she managed it that time to do it.
Do you remember? I think I remember I left 1 week to give birth.
Yeah. And it was strange, because even the people in the school said, how is that possible? So I was like, you are really a strong girl, and you are really a strong girl. And but in all that, I was still in love with her, but I couldn't let her go. But it was something, you have to understand me, it's sometimes too much for you that you say, no, this cannot work. But truly in your heart, you are still in love. And then I said, okay, let me just manage her, because since to get a strong woman and a strong woman like her, and humble and also respectful, is difficult. So we just manage all this life together. So after the 8 months and nearly giving birth, the things were changed. So I think that was some of the things that I felt that time.
And for me, regrets that I can talk of, nothing. I had no regrets. I had no regrets about everything. But I only regretted making his life very difficult during my pregnancy. That was a very big regret I had.
I had some friends who really noticed that that time was really difficult, and I was like, that was not my plan actually for coming here. Since I've changed now, I want to become a dad, and I cannot do this, I cannot do this, I cannot do that. Then, no, that's not my way. And a lot of stress also. Coming home, I was just coming home, I was just praying for her to be asleep or something, because it's not going to work.
So that means if you are capable of giving me sleeping pill, you could have given me.
100%.
Okay, now after giving birth to this child, who was active more than the other? Were you active or me? Who was like really taking care of the baby more than the other?
You can answer that question. You can answer that question because you are the mother.
Okay. You know, when I gave birth, it was confusing. I had no idea what to do with my baby next. So I spent and burnt a lot of oil going through the articles, going through videos to check what to do with the baby after giving birth. But still, I didn't do it right. I didn't get the right way to do it. So I just thank God I got this guy here. He is my hero. You know, this guy, when I gave birth, you know what he did? I didn't know. What didn't I know how to do?
Even to think about the baby. Yeah, you know about the baby, how to give the baby food, what to cook for the baby, what the baby has to eat, the milk, and everything, all the full package of how to take care of the baby. It was difficult for Fauzi, but then I had a lot of experience back home because when you are home, we take care of our little ones, not our mothers. That's how we were brought up. So it was really good for me. So I knew how to do everything about the baby, taking care of him and everything. It was really difficult for her, but I was teaching her a little bit till she catch up.
When we gave birth to our baby, the baby was actually sick. The baby became ill immediately, and the baby stayed in the hospital for some months before we could bring the baby home. Yes. So this time I was just pumping my milk and giving the baby through the nurses who were taking care of us. And then when finally got discharged from the hospital, I had no idea. I was lost completely. I was lost. So this time Abu took over everything. He was the one making sure the baby was washed. I didn't even know how to hold even a baby to wash. So most of it was him doing. And feeding the baby, he was the one who could hold the baby well and feed, because I really don't know what was happening with me. Even though I come from a big family and I'm the firstborn, I did a lot for my younger ones, that I really didn't know what was happening with me, that I couldn't even find a way of handling my own baby. And that's why I say I thank Abu so much for being there, because he really made it through with me during this time. And maybe he can tell you a little bit of what he was doing that I found weird.
Yeah, but then African men, I don't know at your side, but our side, African men do that a lot. We take care of, they bring us, they teach us how to take care of a baby, an infant, how to wash, how to give him food, what he needs, what he doesn't need. And so that's how we learn from there, so that when we are also parents later, we can also take care of the children. That's why I had a lot of experience of taking care of the child. Yeah, you can imagine. We started eating a very early age.
6 months, I think. 6 months.
Feeding him, cooking home. We don't buy it in the shop. We cook home. And then we give it to him, and she was like, no, this is not the food specialized for the child. He will get sick. We go to the shops here to get him. I said, no, we can do it home.
Yeah.
So we did all the food home. He was eating home, and he was also sick. But then after we started giving him that treatment, he didn't go back to the hospital. He was perfectly okay.
Yeah. And I would say over and over that this man here made it easy for me. This man here made it easy for me through my early motherhood and through my pregnancy, because it could have been easy without him. And that's why we actually thought of sharing our experience with you, so that if you are really going through such an experience if you are really a first mother, don't feel like you are weird or something. It's normal to feel that way. The only important thing is that to find your way back after everything is all right, or after everything shall have passed. Find your way back and be normal. Because all this time of pregnancy, everyone is getting tired of another person's attitude. So don't make it to be a habit after giving birth. Just come back to normal.
And also for the men, also, I would just tell them to have that patience and also take the woman the way she is. Since you are ready to live with her and you're ready to be a father and be a family together, you have to accept all the challenges that is coming. It's not easy, and don't think you are also left alone. Everybody is also part of the same problem. But then try to manage her or take care of her the way she is. Yeah, that's my advice for the men also. And thank you also all for watching this lovely video, and we'll keep you updates on our next episode.
So that is it, guys, and thank you so much for watching. Hopefully we bring you the next one step by step, and hopefully you enjoy our videos. see you next time on our
Don't
videos.
forget to subscribe.
Don't forget to subscribe.
The notification so you can be notified also as well every time we post a video.
Exactly.